Hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to Cancerianhouse of Tarot. I am Amy, and I'm going to be your reader today. This reading is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and will focus on your spiritual path and your personal growth. This reading will not be too much focused on romance, although it can touch on it. And if you are looking for a deeper reading on romance only, I will be doing that at a later date. You're more than welcome to stay if you're interested in your spiritual path and journey and your personal growth, or you're more welcome to check out one of the other readings that are available on my channel. All right, again, I want to express my love and gratitude for all my Aries out there that have stuck around through the highs and the lows and the changes. I want to give a moment disclaimer that this is not my usual setup. It will not be my forever permanent setup going forward. This is my transitional setup as I'm putting back together my space for readings. Trying to get everything back in line, but wanted to bring you all some readings since it's been so long since I have done that for you guys. All right, so as a permanent change, however, is how I'm going to be reading. I have decided to move forward with doing away with shuffling on camera and going through a lot of that rigmarole, because honestly, it eats up a lot of time for you and for I, and when we can just get to the reading, which is what we're going to do right in this moment. All right, so I went ahead and I pulled all the cards that we're going to be talking about today in relationship to your situation, Aries. And the first card that I had come through from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck is a change in the wind. All right, so Aries, my heart goes out to you. As I looked through all your cards, I got an understanding of what this reading really was entailing. And I'm going to say that a lot of you have been or are currently carrying a lot of heavy energy. With the change of wind, this tells me that a change has come in that you were not prepared to make. So this was an unwelcome change that was kind of forced upon you. And for a lot of you, this can look very, very differently. Some of you, this can be, personal losses, a separate job, employment separation, loss of jobs, loss of relationships, romantic or otherwise, loss of money, having to move homes, having to change schools, losing out on something significant. But this was an unplanned, unforeseen event that has taken place or is about to take place in your life. And this is carrying a lot of heaviness with it. So Aries, with this, I just want you to understand that sometimes these changes happen for a purpose that we cannot immediately see. Doesn't feel very good. I can acknowledge that. You should acknowledge that these changes never feel welcomed or feel good, but they can lead to some amazing growth, some amazing changes in our lives. It's kind of where the seeds are spread. It's that moment where the wind comes in and shakes things up and spreads, seeds to places where they normally aren't. And in the place of that, later, because it's all, setting the tone, setting the stage, a beautiful new tree that blossoms with those beautiful fruits end up being in a place it never been before, or wouldn't have been if it wouldn't have been for this change. And so Spirit's coming in with that message for you to let you know that as difficult as the situation may be in this moment, this is a time for you to be in the yin energy. And that was the second card that came through accompanying the first card from the Wisdom of the Tarot Oracle. So with the Yang energy, this is about being in a place of wide open, arms wide open acceptance. This is where you take your hands off the wheel. You don't try to drive or force or predict or make something happen. This is where you understand that these changes are going to happen. There's nothing you can do to stop them, to force them in a different direction. Now is the time to take a deep breath and breathe through the difficulty and allow things to flow as they're normally and naturally and organically going to flow to you here. This is really stepping into not resisting the change. This is going with the change. So going in the flow, going with the direction of where things are now transforming and shaping up for you. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, we came in with Thriving. And this was a interesting card because I do believe it showed up in today's overall energy for the collective, but don't quote me on that. So when I looked at this more deeply, I got a sense for you, Aries, that a lot of you will identify as survivors, right? You have survived your worst days, the worst times yet. You've made it through all those hard days. And this is really, again, about acknowledging that energy within you, that you are tougher than what you seem. You're stronger than you know. It's relying in and really tapping into that energy, that warrior underneath, tapping into your strength, tapping into your knowledge, your wisdom, your self-love, your reliancy, your resilience. This is a time to pull all those things in. This is also a time for you to step into your more feral nature. This is where you really stand and thrive in the chaos. And you can't do that without taking some risk, which is also the card that accompanied Thriving. So this is just what it says. This is about stepping out of your comfort zone, allowing things to happen that you normally wouldn't be comfortable with. This is, going with the flow of things and taking the risk of stepping into the unknown, the unseen, the unforetold. Because I can promise you, as I'm looking over the rest of your cards, right, there is a sense coming through that with the Psychic Tarot here, we have triumphant success. And this really just boils down to the Ace of Swords. It's about perspective. It's about how you see things and how you think of them, but it also is a new opening, a new beginning for epiphanies, for clarity, for decisive action, for communication, for you starting something new in a very authentic place. And it's overcoming the challenges that have left you sad and mistaken, because behind this, we're getting recognition and reward. And the energy that I'm feeling more than anything when I'm looking at this card is, in this card, this person has their head hanging down. Now, some can say that's because he's being crowned with a medal, a jewel, a token of success, and that his success is being recognized. And for a lot of my Aries out there, I feel like this is a moment where a lot of you are feeling unrecognized, unseen, unheard. There's a bit of shame and sadness that I am getting from this card when I couple it with the triumph success before it and the other cards that came in, especially with the thriving card and taking the risk and the heavy energy that I feel that you guys are carrying. I feel a lot of you are in this place of feeling like unseen and unheard. This unexpected, unforeseeable thing happened and you had no control over it. And I think a lot of you had put a lot of your energy, your blood, your tears, your sweat, your love into making the best of that situation, whatever that is for each and every one of you. And for it to end so abruptly and change, it just really left you feeling disoriented and unappreciated. But I'm coming to tell you, like, there is a moment here where the truth, the light will be shined upon you, whether you're shining that light for yourself or in a new situation. You will reap your rewards for the work that you put in. Right now, I feel like you are definitely feeling the energy of like, but in this moment, I'm not. But in that may be true. That's recognizing that in this moment, you're not being seen for the wonderful individual that you are. But in the future, that reward will be so much richer because it happened organically. All right, so we're going to take just a pause, just a moment here to focus in on the romance angels. Now, for some of you, this will be, and I will briefly touch on romance. For others of you, this is really more focused on your relationship with yourself and your personal relationships with others. But this for me, Aries, this speaks very clearly. For romance, whether this is for, love, your relationship with others, or the relationship with yourself, it's just really basically speaking the words of set your attentions, release them, and allow them to be. Decide clearly what you want so that it comes to you. It's setting your attentions, not looking for a specific outcome, and releasing it to allow the universe to carry it and bring it to you. You have the ability to manifest this now. That energy is present. So setting those intentions will pay off, if you wish, later. All right, so before we get into the last message for you guys, I am looking at what came through in the General Tarot. And we had 3 cards. We have the 5 of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and we have the 10 of Swords. Now, this is going to be a day of first for me because I usually do not read reversals that often, only if they are very highlighted or they come to me specifically. In that way do I read them. But we have 2 here for my beautiful Aries. The first card that came through the first tarot was the 5 of Cups. And ironically, it comes through with unwelcome change, which I believe will be what I name your video, because that seems to be the overall message above all else. What this was unexpected, unplanned for, and is really shaking you to the ground. So a lot of you in this moment, you are reviewing things, what was lost. You're resisting the release here. You're needing to change. You need to release the mourningness and the sadness that is taking place with you in this moment in time, because, and here's what is in reverse. You have creative spark, the Ace of Wands in reverse. You have these ideas that are available to you under the surface. You have the ability to choose the direction that these changes do take place in. You have emerging ideas, but your grief, your sadness, your inability to see beyond this unexpected thing is clouding your judgment. Because with the Ace of Wands, that is a birth to a new beginning of an idea, a passion, a desire. It's about going for it and taking risks and jumping into the unknown. It's about recreating a passion and chemistry in your life for all things, not just one specific thing. It's a time of fertility with birth and growth of new stuff. And this tells me what the answer here is, because the 10 of Swords came in reverse, was release pain and the suffering, resisting the inevitable end, recovery, finally over it, old wounds and festering. So it's time to release anything that you're holding on to that no longer serves your highest purpose, serves you, or is keeping you from moving forward. There are boundless opportunities that are available to you now. There is the sprinkle of new ideas and blossoming fortunes coming your way, but it's really about releasing what is hard and sad and hurts. Really releasing that and ending your own suffering in this situation. So this is about releasing that pain, releasing the hold on it, releasing the temptation to control, to get it back, to have the desired outcome that you wanted previously. This is really releasing that desire, that urge. All right, and my beautiful Aries, the last card coming through is your Oracle card from the Fairy of the Oracle, and it just says the Fairy Queen of Light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. That above all else, my beautiful Aries, there is hope. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. For my subscribers that have continued, thank you for standing by me. If you haven't yet, please drop a like, a share, a comment, subscribe. I'd love to have you part of the Cancerian Soul family. I love hearing your stories, so hit me in the comments below. Much love to each and every one of you. Light and love. Namaste. Bye for now.